Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Wake up now. Good morning. Yeah, that sounds better. All right, people, this is me, Abhilasha, your host for today. आप सभी तो जानते ही होंगे मुझे, जानते होंगे, right? कोई नहीं जानते तो मैं बता देती हूँ. This is Abhilasha, your host for today, and let me tell you, आज आप सभी को पूरे सेशन तक जागे रहना है. You just cannot sleep. All right? So it's gonna be a fun day today. बहुत सारी sessions होंगी आप लोगों के लिए. And let me tell you that today we are here for the NASSCOM Education Summit. This is the first time an education summit is organized in the eastern region. पहली बार एक education summit हो रहा है पूरे eastern region में, पहली बार है ना. This event is parallel to the international event NASSCOM Product Conclave, which is currently being held in Hayat. So I think we have ladies as well here. So, ladies and gentlemen, today our objective is to create awareness of the latest technologies, trends, industry, requirements, and expectations. Simultaneously, through this event, students, that means you all, can listen, participate, and actively engage yourself with the iconic people and leaders of the industry. So we'll help to create employability today, your employability skills among students, and encourage to start their own venture. आप सभी अपने venture start कर सकते हैं आज के इस employability skills को learn करके. और यही नहीं, through this, your knowledge, you all can gain the industry requirement and expectations. So, ladies and gentlemen, all the best to all of you all. I'm sure you all will learn a lot today. So here we are. But उसके पहले I want everybody to wake up and एकदम आज energetic रहना है, because yes, today it's gonna be a very important day for all of you, right? Right? Can I hear you louder? So are you all ready? That's great. So let me introduce first. Alright, so we'll have a workshop on employability skill today. Very first session is on employability skills. So let me present to you, ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Paresh Joshi, who's the director of Station E-Language Labs. He has published various international research papers. He is a PhD in phonetics, that is area of communications. So he has delivered workshop in many events, and we are pleased to have him here today. Ladies and gentlemen, can we have a big hand for Dr. Paresh Joshi?
Hello. Well, Namaskar, Kolkata. Hello. Oh, thank you. Good morning, everybody. It's really exciting to stand here in front of this dynamite. Youth generally is envisioned as people full of energy, full of enthusiasm, and the kind of responses that I'm getting here is not what you are known for. Good morning, everyone. This is the kind of response that I was looking at In the first place, I would express my gratitude for having been invited here to have a small conversation with you. We will call it a workshop, but this is a conversation. We'll work together. We'll try and see what we can do in an area that I've chosen for work. My slide is not still on. But yes, as I said, my heartfelt gratitude to this turbocharged team of NESCOM, which has stitched together a gigantic event like ESummit. And under the auspices of this wonderful event, we've all come together. Special thanks to Mr. Rajiv Vaishnav and entire NESCOM team for, providing me an opportunity to reach all of you. What I'm going to do is a workshop on accent neutralization. I'll come to that later. The first thing is, I've been given the job to do a workshop on employability skills. And when we say employability skills, we're actually talking about a whole score of skills which fall under professional skills. Any work in this direction is significant because, India is historically poised at its juncture, and it has what is known as unique demographic dividend. In the policy dialogue, you'll find this statement reflecting every now and then that India is a young country in this aging world. This is so because more than 60% of India's population comprises of youth. I mean you. Now, as I said, this is a very unique moment in the history where you have countries like Russia, Japan, which are grappling with, methods and means to deal with aging population. And we are a young country. That's something that's very unique at the moment. But this brings in a responsibility. If this youth is not given proper skills, this demographic dividend, this advantage youth can become a demographic disaster.
Yes.
Why so? Because if this youth is not given the skill at right time and right skills, it would so happen, what are you going to do with the youth without skills? The issues of, unemployment would crop in, and there are various other social issues which would crop in and which would make this unique demographic dividend into a demographic disaster. Well, so it is pertinent to work on skills, and I think you should all consider yourselves lucky because you have people around you who are worried about you, who care for you and organize events where skills are discussed. And if there's any future, it is skills. I'll quickly come to what I have to do. But I just wanted to have this, foregrounding done before I start doing what I have to do. Now, when we say employability skills, we're talking about a whole set of skills, as I said. This was, hello. This was the background music, all right? For any big event, you require this dashing background music, so take it that way. As I said, from the score of employability skills, I have chosen to work on communication skills. And undisputedly, you'll all agree with me, for any success in any domain, I'm given to understand that I have engineers, budding engineers here. I have budding technocrats. I have budding future managers here. For any of these domains, if you want to create success, I feel you'll have to work on your communication skills. Will you agree with me on this? Thank you for responding. Now, when we talk of communication, communication again opens up a whole set of sciences which go on to making communication what it is. You have kinesics, for example, body language, the science of body and its movement. And then you have proxemics, the space between the listener and the speaker plays an integral role in, the success or failure of the communication we do. And then we have various other sciences. Within that, I'm just focusing on linguistics. And within linguistics, I'm going to a domain which is known as pronunciation. In communication discourse, in the discussions on communication, you would feel that pronunciation as an area is generally ignored. And we'll all have a fun ride together, guys. I would need your participation. I would need your cooperation. Are you ready to give me that? All right, let's begin. I'll begin what I have to do with a small foregrounding. I'm playing a video for you, and I want all of you to have a patient, attentive listening to that. That would act as a canvas on which we would create this entire workshop on accent neutralization.
Let's talk about manias. Let's start with Beatlemania. Hysterical teenagers, crying, screaming, pandemonium. Sportsmania, deafening crowds, all for one idea: get the ball in the net. Okay, religious mania. There's rapture, there's weeping, there's visions. Manias can be good, manias can be alarming, or manias can be deadly. The world has a new mania, a mania for learning English. Listen as Chinese students practice their English by screaming it.
Change my life! I don't want to let my parents down. I don't ever want to let my country down. Most importantly, I don't want to let myself down.
How many people are trying to learn English worldwide? 2 billion of them. In Latin America, in India, in Southeast Asia, and most of all, in China. If you're a Chinese student, you start learning English in the 3rd grade by law. That's why this year, China will become the world's largest English-speaking country. Why English? In a single word, opportunity. Opportunity for a better life, a job, to be able to pay for school or put better food on the table. Imagine a student taking a giant test for 3 full days. Her score on this one test literally determines her future. She studies 12 hours a day for 3 years to prepare. 25% of her grade is based on English. It's called the Gaokao, and 80 million high school Chinese students have already taken this grueling test. The intensity to learn English is almost unimaginable unless you witness it.
Perfect! 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 I want to speak perfect English. I want to speak perfect English. Perfect English. I want to change my life.
So is English mania good or bad? Is English a tsunami washing away other languages? Not likely. English is the world's 2nd language. Your native language is your life, But with English, you can become part of a wider conversation, a global conversation about global problems, like climate change or poverty or hunger or disease. The world has other universal languages. Mathematics is the language of science. Music is the language of emotions. And now English is becoming the language of problem solving, not because America is pushing it, but because the world is pulling it. So English mania is a turning point. Like the harnessing of electricity in our cities or the fall of the Berlin Wall, English represents hope for a better future. A future where the world has a common language to solve its common problems. Thank you very much.
So, what you could see in the video was what is happening in the world, especially in the Middle East. The conclusion was very interesting. English is the language of problem solving. English is the language of access. It allows you to participate in the dialogue on poverty and hunger. I'm not here to establish importance of English. Hello, can you give me a little more voice? All right. I'm not here to establish importance of English, but I'm here to ask you a question. And I need an honest answer on this question. And this question is, how many of you at times get puzzled when it comes to pronouncing certain words in English language? I mean, a simple confusion that I would say that people bring to me always is schedule, schedule. Schedule, schedule. I mean, how many of you get puzzled when you think on words like this? None of you? Then I'll have to go back. Thank you for being honest. Look, when I would just try and bring certain perspective, let's get into this workshop. And as I said, this is a workshop. We'll work together. If you can bring your pens and books out, it would be very nice. I want you to write the pronunciation of the words which appear on the screen here. I'm not taking your test. Please don't misunderstand me. I'm trying to establish something. I have an agenda. I have a purpose. I have not come here to take your test.